The lesson. Okay, here we are. So, good evening, Valentina. How are you?
Good evening to you. I went to, well, 2 weeks ago, I went to visit Scuola Chapel in
Padua. Wow.
Padua, yes.
It's so nice. They're all open again now.
Yes, we were just 6, 7 people.
Yes, because only Italians. Nobody can come from abroad.
No, there were some American women. I think they were American.
Probably because in Vicenza there is the United Nations military headquarters.
Yes, or because they live here in Italy, perhaps. There were some American women. Perhaps
For
they
sure,
live
for
here.
sure, yeah.
And I went also to visit Venice. Venice
is always Venice.
It's always Venice.
And if it's less crowded than usual, it's even better.
Well, I went during the carnival. It was Sunday. Well, there were people, but it wasn't crowded.
I remember I lived in Venice for 4 years because I attended a university in Venice, Ca' Foscari. So I lived there for 4 years. And during carnival time, you couldn't get out. You couldn't get out because you know, such a mass of people passing in front of your door. You simply couldn't get out.
This time was good. There were only Italian people. And it wasn't sad because there were people, but not too many. There were no tourists, so it was good. Then I went to visit also. I went also to the Lido, Venice Lido.
Yes. Did you take the Vaporetto?
Yes,
Do you know
we went also to Biennale Gardens.
Yes. Do you know that being inside the Veneto region, you can get the pass for the Vaporetto at a very lower, cheaper price than the normal one?
No, I don't know, because I'd like to go back.
At least it was like that till last year. I don't know if something has changed.
But you mean for teachers?
No, as a residence.
For the residential people
in the Veneto region. Yes.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Vaporetto costs about, well, it's €7.
Yes, it's about €7 now.
2 hours or 2 hours and a half.
Yes, it's about €7 now, and you can get it half price or something like that. If you go on the internet, you should be able to.
Because I'd like to go back another day.
Yes. Wait a second.
This time I went with my family, but I would like to go also alone when I have a...
what is it? Attack? No, what is it? I can't remember what. Okay.
You mean the means of transport? Venice means of transport? Oh, I don't remember.
Ok, trasporti pubblici, vaporetti, prezzi. €8, 75 minutes. Yes. But I'm sure there was, let's see, maybe this one, wait. This one.
I know there is just a ticket for the day, which costs 22, and you can use all the day.
Day ticket, yes.
Day ticket, yes.
But as I told you,
because there are many islands I've never seen.
But this is for tourists.
I biglietti no. Rolling Venice.
I'm sure there is the possibility to get a great discount, something like 50% off, because you live in the Veneto region. However,
I'm going to ask next time, which will be in 2 weeks, I think.
Yeah.
Because they told me enough. At the information point, they tell you enough. They don't ask you if you are from Veneto.
No,
they just
don't
give
care.
you the ticket, the normal ticket.
Yes. Anyway,
but I don't think so. Not at the moment.
No, maybe yes, maybe not at the moment. I don't know about that. It was in the past. But yes, please check because it was.
Thank you.
There was this possibility till last year, so it should be okay. Yep. Right. So why are you going back to Venice?
Did you live in Venice when you studied?
Yes, I lived at the student house hostel in San Tomà. Yes.
And I was living in Venice.
Okay.
Because if you know the town, I think it's easy. It should be easy.
Now, to tell you the truth, I had a very happy life, but maybe those were the best years of my life because I was doing what I liked. I was completely independent among friends. I was young, so maybe the best years of my life. But when I finished university and I had to choose where to go to live, I thought I don't want to live in Venice because it's a nice city to visit, but to live in it can be very uncomfortable. Now I was from 18 to 23 years old, so everything was easy and so on. But if you have a pram, if you have a baby and you have to go with a pram, or if you need a wheelchair, maybe you are an elder people, you need a wheelchair, or these kind of things, it's very, very uncomfortable with all the bridges.
But I think also a supermarket, perhaps there are some markets, but small markets, I suppose.
Yes, also, yes. As a matter of fact, it's also nowadays a touristic city.
If you are in the center, I mean, if you are just in the center,
I was in the very center. I was very lucky. I was in the very center, but it wasn't so touristic yet. Now it got worse and worse. It's very touristic now, so very few, how can I say, supermarkets and these kind of things, because...
but also, for instance, un ferramenta.
Yes.
Where can I find it?
Yes, because people don't really live there anymore. They go there on holiday. Because it's very expensive to live there.
It's very expensive. It's uncomfortable. Yes. It's very humid.
Exactly. Yes, the weather. I
think also it costs a lot. It should cost a lot to have an apartment.
Flats and so on are very expensive. The weather is awful because it's very hot in summertime, hot and humid in summertime, and very humid in wintertime. It's not very, very nice, the weather. Wintertime, it's often foggy and humid. There can be high water. Nowadays, okay, they have done the Mose, if it works, when it works.
It works.
That problem should be solved. But when I lived there, every now and then in wintertime, you could hear actually, there were the war alarms, and they were frightening. They were the same alarms they used during the Second World War to advise people of an imminent bombings or these kind of things. And they were really frightening. And anyway, these alarms went off and you knew that the water was growing up, and in a couple of hours, you wouldn't be able to walk freely anymore because...
How do you say the water was growing up? No.
Yes.
Growing up.
The water was, growing up, stava crescendo.
Oppure si può dire increasing, no?
Was increasing, yes. Okay. Yes.
But Laguna wasn't bad. It was come si dice? Well, the color was blue. It was a blue lagoon.
Really?
Non era sporca.
No, when I was there, the water was usually really, maybe not dirty, but very
not
muddy.
Not dirty, but green, gray.
Yes, very color. Muddy. No, you couldn't see the bottom of
perhaps because well, the boats, there are no boats at the moment, or less boats. No, there are boats, but less.
Fewer than the usual.
E come si dice sporco?
Less, fewer, meno.
No, sporco, come si dice?
Dirty.
Yes, dirty water.
Maybe not dirty, but muddy, very muddy.
Muddy che cos'è?
Fangoso, con quel
sì.
mud è fango fondamentalmente. And
no, it was better. I've never seen this color of the lagoon, really.
Fantastic, I want to go there.
Perhaps there are also some fishes. Some people
really?
say there are
fish.
Some people say there are fishes. I don't know which kind, but some people say that fishes have returned in Venice.
Really? I've never seen a fish inside one of the Venetian channels. Incredible. I've never seen a fish.
Pesci a Venezia, vediamo se c'è.
Incredible. So because of the lockdown, probably nature has, you know.
Si è risvegliata, sì. Dunque, vediamo Venezia. Venezia riconquistata dai pesci.
Yeah.
Venezia riconquistata. Vediamo.
Anyway, and the houses are all very much, you know, attached one to the other. Not in the streets are very narrow.
Yes, and perhaps there is much more silence now. That's why there are fishes again.
Maybe.
Silence.
Yeah. Maybe
also the gondole, che non so come si dice, there are less, there are no gondole at the moment because
not only gondole, okay, are not very noisy, but there were a lot of motorboats, of course. Everybody used the motorboats to transport goods, whatever, you know.
Yes, yes, there are fishes. There are some. Yes, there are some.
I've never seen a fish in the lagoon. Wow.
Just write pesci a Venezia, fishes in Venice. There is some.
There are some pictures.
I don't know if you can translate. Is it possible to translate an Italian article in English?
Yes. Venezia riconquistata dai pesci. Wow, look.
If I'd like to listen in English, is it possible?
Yes, no, what you could do is go here. Wait a second. This is still downloading. Okay. Oh, the last day of year 2020. Fantastic. Look at the water.
The water is not bad. It's not muddy.
Wow. Look, you can see the fish. Fantastic. I want to go back to Venice. Maybe this weekend I can go for a day. I can look. Wow. Fantastic.
I don't know which kind of fishes.
Look at the color of the water. It's light blue. Wow.
No, it wasn't when I went there. It wasn't really so blue. It was a gray blue.
Bluish. Let's say grayish bluish.
But not.
Yes.
But not
now,
muddy.
if you want to translate, okay, there weren't words here, but if you take any video, for example, here. No. Okay, this is not the.
Just la rotellina.
I want something where people.
No, ma ok, dove c'è la rotellina, schiaccio la rotellina and there are many languages.
For example, I want something in Italian. It's in English. Well, maybe also Crozza.
Abbiamo esagerato un filino forse con i frisanti, ma proprio un
okay, so to have the...
Perché però? No, perché è
sometimes if you click on the setting wheel, not here because it's not being translated, but sometimes clicking on the setting wheel, you can have the subtitles in various languages, sometimes even in Italian or in
yes, that's what you told last time. You told me last time.
Otherwise, another possibility is to click here. Okay, not in this one, but for example.
But it's not in everyone.
Not in everyone.
Just some.
Now you can have the subtitles.
Buongiorno a voi.
Buongiorno, well, that's in Italian. Let's see on the setting wheel, subtitles. No, only in Italian. But sometimes it's also in English or other languages. And if you click here, the three dots, there's the transcript. And once you have the transcript, wait a second, it's probably a long, yes, almost 2 hours. Okay, once you have the transcript, you can cancel the toggle timestamps. You take it, you take the transcript, let's take just a little bit of it. Copy, go to Google Traduttore.
Okay.
Okay, it's not 100%. You cannot.
No, but I just wanted to see people speaking the translation, speaking translation, not
no.
Not written
what you can do is
on the paper.
Copy it and have the translation in English, and here at the bottom you can also listen to the pronunciation both in Italian and in English.
Buongiorno a voi, c'è un punto che voi dovete capire.
Here, it's
good morning to you. There is a point that you absolutely have to understand.
See, it's auto produced, made by a machine. So it's sometimes they miss the punctuation, especially is very bad. They miss full stops. They continue the sentence and so on. But
and also the voice is a metallic voice.
Yes, so the voice is strange because it's an automatic robot speaking. But if you need to check a pronunciation, these kind of things, it can be very useful.
Okay, so I go to the 3 full stop.
Yes, if you want to, we can take. For example, TED Talks. TED Talks are always have the subtitles in English. What's this? Oh no. And they often have the translation in other languages as well. For example, what makes a poem a poem? Do you want to listen to? Which one would you like? Any title?
Game Theory Challenge. Can you predict?
Where is it?
I don't know.
Okay, Game Theory
Irish
Challenge.
Superstitions. Also Irish superstitions.
Okay, let's go to Irish superstitions then. I'm not sure this is a TED Talk though. No, it's not a TED Talk. Okay, to be honest, I'm not sure I can show you this because since we are on streaming, I'm not sure there's a copyright.
Okay.
So let's choose a TED Talk because TED Talks are free And so, yeah, no problems with that. The other ones, I should check if there's a copyright, because in case of copyright infringement, Europolo has got problems. It happened to me at the beginning. I showed a video to the primary school teachers, and the following day, Stefano got a denunciation from Walt Disney. I showed something like 3 minutes of the video, and nevertheless, a denunciation for copyright infringement by Walt Disney, and he had to reply to take away that, cut that part of the video. It was a mess.
But so I heard that it's for, that's if you do that for teaching.
I know, but nevertheless, no, you cannot do that.
So a teacher doesn't know what he can show and what not. They told me, no problem. You are a teacher. You can show whatever you want, whatever you find, because you are a teacher. So you teach. No,
maybe in your class, but not on streaming. Not on streaming. Anyway, yes, Stefano.
No, not in my class. There was a. Non so come si, un avvocato.
Stefano replied saying that Polo Europeo is a non-profit association. We're making these lessons free, open to everyone, and blah, 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 blah. Nevertheless, he had to cut that part of the video, take it out from the platform, cut that part, and reload it again without that part. And they said, it's okay for this time, but don't do it again. So I have to be very careful now what I show. And the problem is that if you go on YouTube and...
but how can you know? How can you...
Exactly. They don't tell you this is under copyright and cannot be, used freely, these kind of things. They don't tell you. There's nothing to make you understand that it's not free. So yeah, you have to be very careful.
Because there are also some apps, some apps where you can take some videos from YouTube and use that and use as you prefer. For instance, writing something, writing some notes near the video.
Yes, exactly.
Just
to for music or videos, you simply have to type free copyright videos or free copyright music, and you get a list of a possible music free from copyright, which you can use for your videos or as a background for something you're preparing. But if you take something, like this at random, you have to be very, very careful.
At random?
A caso, dici, prendiamo questo che mi piace.
Si dice at random.
Sì, at random. You risk a denunciation for copyright infringement.
But how can I say that I can or I cannot?
No possibility.
There is no possibility.
You cannot say. Sometimes, if you go on the notes under the video, sometimes it's written copyright, blah, 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 blah. So it's under copyright. But most of the times, they don't tell you. So you don't really know, It's and in any case, you only see the note when you start it, and so when you start it, it's already too late. If you know what I mean. If you're live like we are, if you prepare something in advance, it's okay, you can check. But if you go live as we are now, to check the note, you have to start the video. And it's too late at that point. So,
well, could you show me anything with the
TED Talks?
Just an example at random.
Yes.
No. If you go to YouTube, you choose a video.
Yeah.
No.
But as I told you, I risked to go under copyright, to go under copyright.
But we should, okay, we should copy that video.
What I could do is to stop the live streaming and show you, but I'm not sure that when I start it again.
Leave. Don't worry,
yes,
leave that. No.
But we can see.
No, I wanted to see the way of translating.
Yes, so choose one of these from TED Talks. TED Talks should be free. So, what if every satellite suddenly disappeared? Or climate change? The myth of Pandora's box. What is art? What makes a poem a poem? The myth of the boiling frog. Can loud music damage your hearing? This should be TED Talk. The game theory challenge. Or history versus Christopher Columbus. What do you want, the game theory challenge? Can you predict a human behavior? Do you want this one?
Yes, I do.
Right. Yes, I do is correct, perfectly correct. But personally, I would have told yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, please. Or
no, thanks. Yes, please.
Yes, please. Okay.
Yes, I do is perfectly correct. Fantastic, perfect. But colloquially, yes, please. Okay, so here.
A few months ago, we posed a challenge to our community. We asked everyone, given a range of integers from 0 to 100, guess the whole number closest to 2/3 of the average of all numbers guessed. So if the average of all guesses is 60, the correct guess will be 40. What number do you think was the correct guess at 2/3 of the average? Let's see if we can try.
Did you pay attention to it? I didn't really pay attention, but anyway.
No, I was looking at the subtitles.
At the tools, yes. Clicking here, the small monitor here, the small screen here. Clicking here, you can switch on and off the subtitles. Clicking the setting wheel, again, you can choose subtitle. Here, there's in Arabic, Burmese, Chinese, English, French, Hebrew.
Yes, and if I want to translate in another language, I have to cut and copy.
No, you don't need it because the subtitles are already in those.
No, but I mean the voice. If I would like to hear the translation voice.
No.
No, it's not possible.
No, that's not possible. You need to.
No, but how you showed me before that you were cutting and.
Yes. So let's go on one step at a time. For example, do you want the subtitles in Spanish? Because there's no Italian, unfortunately. So let's go for Spanish. Veamos si podemos razonar nuestro camino. Okay.
La respuesta.
La respuesta. I love Spanish. Apart from that, you can also slow down the speed.
Okay.
Go to playback speed.
Playback speed, yes.
This is the normal speed.
And reason our way to the answer. This game is played under conditions known to game theorists as common knowledge. Not only does every player have the same information, they also know that everyone else does, and that everyone else knows that everyone else does, and so on, infinitely. Now, the highest possible average would occur if every person guessed 100. In that case, 2/3 of the average would be 66.66. Since everyone can figure this out, it wouldn't make sense to guess anything higher than 67. If everyone playing comes to this same conclusion, no one will guess higher than 67. Now 67 is the new highest possible average.
Right.
So no should be higher than 2/3 of that, which is 44. This logic can be extended further and further.
Let's go back to
With
normal.
each step, the highest possible logical answer keeps getting smaller. So it would seem sensible to guess the lowest number possible. And indeed, if everyone chose 0,
open transcript, okay.
Yes, okay.
equilibrium.
Three dots, open transcript. You have the transcript. You have it with the time where the sentence is. If you don't want the time, you can toggle it. And then to have the translation read by someone, you should copy and copy it on Google Translator.
Ah, ok, Google. E incolla, che non so come si dice.
Yes. Yes. Here it is. And then you can listen to the reading.
This logic can be extended further and
in Italian.
Questa logica può essere estesa sempre di più.
Sì. So.
Okay. Yes, thank you.
Yeah. So, do you want to listen to something, or do you want to go on talking like this? You're the only one today. No one else is coming.
Chattare. No, 2 participants. No. Manuela wrote that.
Yes, she couldn't be with us today. Yes. And
but normally Annalisa was
Annalisa, she's always a little bit late because she finishes school, I don't know what time, but
6
by the time she gets home, and it's only you. Okay, it's good
because I saw at the beginning there were many students. There should be. Well, in the WhatsApp there are many students.
This has always been a very small class, to be honest, something like 12 people. I don't know. And since at the beginning, many people had, how can I say,
erased.
Yes. Had subscribed and then didn't come, but nevertheless there were 5, 6, 7 people. But then but you know what, it's a bad period for teachers, because with the end of the term,
16, it should be 16 people, 1, 2, 3, almost 20, 16 people.
They've never been 16 anyway. Never. Since the beginning.
Well, to tell you the truth, English lessons are thing that I'm waiting for, that I always wait for every 2 weeks.
You look forward. You look forward.
Yes, I look forward.
Yes. Oh, thank you. Things you are always looking forward to. Che aspetti sempre con impazienza.
Sì.
Che non vi... Good. I'm happy. Yes, what can I do? I asked Stefano if it was maybe if it was better to change the day from Friday to another day, because also Friday evening, you know, at the end of the week, it can be not a good period for people. So I asked Stefano, do you want me to change the date or the time? Maybe 5 to 7 isn't a good time. Many people might be preparing dinner or I don't know what. But he said, no, we've already told that time.
Arrange that time, yeah.
Yes.
Well, I think there is in April. In April, there is a day when Wednesday that I cannot come because I finish at 6:30, I think.
Yeah.
Just one time. Other times I can come.
Yeah, don't worry.
But, I don't know what
you can also come on the C1 level on Monday if you want to.
C1 is too difficult for me.
No,
because
it's okay for you.
Well, I did the text when I was in Scotland. I just attended an English course. I was a B1.
Yes, but well, B1, yeah. But don't worry, many people are at your level in that class. So
C1 is on Tuesday.
On Monday.
Sorry, Monday.
Monday, 5:30 to 7:30.
Ok. Dalle 5:30 alle 6:30.
Yes.
5:30 to okay.
To 7:30. If you
but
want
shall I tell you in advance or can I?
Because if you tell me even just a couple of hours before, I can send you the link. Otherwise, you don't have the link.
Yeah.
Because you're not in that
Okay,
class.
so I decide that if I participate, I tell you in advance.
If you can attend, yes. If you can attend.
Yes. Otherwise, I tell you nothing.
Yes, exactly.
I don't write to you. Okay,
no.
Thank you.
If you can attend it, text me saying I can come today and I will send you the link.
Okay, thank you.
If you can't, you don't need to write anything. Yes, it's every fortnight. So it's next Monday, then on the 22nd.
So the 8th.
The 8th
this Monday.
of March, yes.
Okay.
The 8th of March, then on the 22nd.
Every fortnight, yes.
Every other week.
Yeah, I know I also have the website with all the courses, with timetables.
Yes,
there
exactly.
is everything.
If you go to Polo Europeo, you can check all the dates.
Okay.
Anyway, it's every other week. And next Monday, there's a lesson on the 8th of March. And then every other week.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, I like this way of speaking and just speaking.
Speaking freely, because
yes,
it can be
I think it's the most important thing for teachers. Just speaking free speaking.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the grammar is always the same. The grammar is just to apply the grammar.
Yes.
Mettere in pratica.
Exactly. Moreover, it's only when you speak that you realize if you know the grammar or if you need something, if you make mistakes, these kind of things. So yes, speaking is, and not to consider that language is made for speaking, for communicating, you know. And the grammar, okay, it's useful to help you learn the language, but then you have to use it to. So,
I studied also the indirect speech. He said that he would go. I have to use.
Do you want to use that? Do you want to tell me something to report me something?
Tomorrow I'll go to the cinema. I say that tomorrow I'll go to the cinema.
Yes.
But I said no.
I just told you that I'm going to the cinema tomorrow. I just told you that I'll go, or I'm going to the cinema tomorrow. Yeah.
That I said that I would go to the cinema tomorrow. No.
Okay,
Allora, I go to the cinema tomorrow.
I know what you mean, but you're making a mistake. you are reporting something which happened in the past. In the past, somebody said, I will go to the cinema, and you are reporting it to me. She said she would go to the cinema.
Yes.
But if you, how can I say? If you still have to go to the cinema.
Ok, quindi lei dice adesso che sarebbe andata in the future.
Esatto.
She says now that she would the same, would go to the cinema.
No, she will go to the cinema.
Ah, she will go.
Allora ti spiego la differenza. Primo caso.
Okay.
Tu hai parlato con questa persona ieri, lei ti ha detto domani andrò al cinema.
Sì.
Noi l'indomani, che sarebbe adesso, oggi, ci troviamo e ti dico qualcosa del tipo, ma non c'è Michela, e tu mi dici, mi ha detto che sarebbe andata al cinema.
Ok, she told me that she would go to the cinema.
Ok? Ma invece noi stiamo parlando adesso e tu mi dici I'll go to the cinema tomorrow, e io non ti sento. Sorry, what did you say? I was telling you that I will go to the cinema tomorrow. Questo rimane un futuro, capito?
Sì, ok.
Però io non mi romperei tanto la testa con queste robe. To be honest, I wouldn't be, so...
Perhaps also normal people, well, English people don't speak conditional or...
They don't use very much the conditional tense, and yes, they don't use it very much.
Or non so come si dice, il discorso se io farò, se io faccio, se io avessi fatto...
Yes.
Conditional or...
I don't know, is it conditional?
Sì, è il condizionale. Se io facessi una festa...
Ok. There are 3 types of conditional, maybe 4 types of conditional.
Okay, can I tell you types I know?
Yes. Okay.
The first type. Well, the phrase, la frase. The phrase is.
For example, if you warm ice, it melts. Ok? Se scaldi il ghiaccio, si scioglie.
Si scioglie. Ok. If you warm ice, this is
type 1.
Something objective, una cosa oggettiva.
Yes, an objective thing, something which always happens. Okay. If you warm ice, it melts. It becomes water. Quindi presente, perché è sempre così, è una cosa abituale. Se tu scaldi il ghiaccio, si scioglie, diventa acqua. Ok?
This is the first conditional. No,
I don't know.
It's not a conditional.
Maybe they call it the zero case. Maybe they call it a zero.
But if I were in your shoes...
That's the second case.
First case,
if I don't know, if it's cold, if it rains, I won't go. Ok, se piove non ci vado. If it rains, I won't go. Non ci andrò, perché loro fanno il futuro. Won't sta per will not. Won't is will not. Quindi, if it rains, I won't go. Se piove, non ci vado. Se pioverà, non ci andrò. Ok? Second possibility. If it rained, vabbè.
Se piovesse, if it rained,
I wouldn't
go.
Se piovesse, sia un po' strana come frase, ma comunque se piovesse non ci andrei. Ok? Third possibility, third type.
If it had rained,
I wouldn't have gone. Ok, perché would non ha un trapassato, non puoi dire had would, quindi would rimane would e prende dopo il passato del verbo. Invece di go, have gone. If it had rained, I wouldn't have gone. Se avesse piovuto non ci sarei andata.
Yes. Yes, that's all. Is this the most difficult grammar part of the grammar in English?
I don't know.
Because
maybe yes.
With my level, I just studied till here.
Another difficult thing is a sentence like, I have been studying English for 10 years. I have been studying English.
The passive, also the passive. I didn't study the passive.
No, it's not the passive. It's an action which has started in the past, it lasted for a period of time, and it's still going on. It's a mixture between the present and the past. And you want to show that it has started in the past and it's been going on for a long time. So I have been studying English for 10 years. Maybe this is the most difficult one in English. I don't know which.
Because otherwise it would be the past simple, something which finished.
Yes, I studied English for 10 years when I was young, but I can't remember anything now.
But I've been studying English for 10 years. It means that I'm still studying English.
Still studying English. I started 10 years ago. I went on for 10 years and I am still studying English now. So there's a past, a duration, and a present. And maybe this is difficult because we haven't got such a form in Italian.
No, we haven't. We haven't.
I don't know what's the most difficult thing.
Perhaps the passive.
The passive is not so difficult, to be honest, because you simply had to use the verb to be. So you make the verb, you conjugate, you make the verb to be in the same form as the other verb. For example,
it has been,
for example, I eat an apple. Oh, ho sbagliato a scrivere apple. Sorry. I eat an apple. An apple
is eaten.
Allora, eat è presente, is present. So you put the verb to be in the present. And apple is
eaten.
And the past participle of the verb. By
me. Yes. No, by me. Yes.
An apple is eaten by me. If the sentence is, I don't know, in the past, I ate an apple.
The apple has been or was or
you
had
use
been.
The past, you use the past of the verb to be. An apple was eaten by me. I ate an apple. There's the past tense. An apple was past tense of the verb to be, and the past principle and whatever it is, eaten by me. An apple was eaten by me. If there's the future, I'll eat an apple.
Will be eaten by me.
The future of the verb to be. An apple will be eaten by me. Okay, so you put the verb to be in the same form as the main verb of the active sentence, and then the past participle of the verb. So I'll eat an apple. The apple will be eaten by me. I ate an apple was eaten by me. I eat an apple is eaten by me, and so on and so on. So
well, perhaps the most difficult thing is to use the right verb for each word. For instance, I drive a car, not I use a car, I drive.
Yes.
The word, the car has its verb.
Yes.
Difficult because if I don't, if I never speak English, and if I never read English, I cannot.
Okay, drive is go by car. Ride is go by, actually, whatever you put among your legs, by bike, motorbike, whatever you can ride, meaning you can put among your legs.
Yes.
Witches can ride the broom. Le streghe, per esempio, ride la scopa. Ok? Qualunque roba tu ti metta a cavalcioni, you ride. So you ride, go by bike, by motorbike, by tricycle, whatever you want, by horse, go by horse, I ride a horse. Walk is go on foot. Fly is go by plane. Sail is go by boat. Okay, go by train is go by train, bus, go by bus.
Well, have you got an exercise or not? Have you got already written an exercise about verbs you use with the right word?
No, I haven't, but I can easily make one for you.
Wow, it's up to you.
Or we can simply talk about it. You told me you're going back to Venice soon. How will you go there?
Sorry,
You told me you will go back to Venice. You'll go back to Venice, che tornerai a Venezia. Okay, will you drive there? Will you go by motorbike? Will you walk there? Will you fly there?
No, I'll go by train.
I'll go by train.
I'll go by train,
Go
not
by
drive. I'll go by train.
Yes, I will not drive. I'll go by train.
By train.
Yes.
And when I'll be there, I'll go by boat. So I'll drive.
Sì, in quel caso non si può dire sail perché non è che veramente il vaporetto.
Sulla barca a vela.
You'll go by boat, by vaporetto. Yeah. Yeah. Sail originariamente era solo per le barche a vela, to be honest. But then it's used for any ship, but it's usually for, yes, ships, not
boat. Boat is something new.
Not a ferry boat or a vaporetto, these kind of things. Yeah. Yes. If it's a ferry boat, you can't say sail, or if it's yeah. But yes, so yeah. When did you go to Scotland? How did you go there?
I went by plane.
Yes, or?
I drive.
You flew.
I flew.
You fly, flew. I flew there.
I flew there.
Yes, you went by plane. You flew there. And when you were in Scotland, how did you move?
I moved by bus.
By bus.
Just moved on foot.
Didn't you rent a car? Didn't you?
No, I didn't. I just was in town in Edinburgh.
Yeah.
And then I went on trip by agency on an organized trip by bus.
Yes.
It was by bus with a Scottish guide.
Yes.
So I really didn't
listened
understand
to the You listen to
so hard, so difficult.
Yes, Scottish people have an incredible English. They can say, I go by bus. Instead of by bus, by bus.
No, it was
or,
difficult.
Yes, the t are t, not ch. Yes, so the Scottish pronunciation is very, very different from English. Yeah, I know, but...
Because you can tell me something, you can speak to me about something, and you can also speak very slow, very, come si dice, velocemente, fast. You can speak very fast, and I can understand you the general meaning of what you are saying. But if a Scottish person,
I know. It's
well, I can understand just 2-3 words.
Most English wouldn't understand either. Most English people wouldn't understand a Scottish person.
In questo caso I had a trip. No, I did a trip, and I did an organized trip to the Highlands in Scotland.
Yes.
And I really understand just some words, very little. Well, yes. Yeah, I understood the general meaning, but
yes, you went on an organized trip. You went on an organized
trip. I went on an organized.
I would say.
Sì, non posso dire I did an organized, perché non l'ho organizzato io.
Esatto, you went on an organized
I went on, okay.
Io direi, I would say like this. I went on an organized trip. Yes. I know. Yeah. But Edinburgh, it's still, I mean, being a city with lots of people from all over.
Yes,
I mean, their English
very touristy.
Is okay. Yes, it's okay. But in the small Scottish villages, yeah, I know what you mean. It's very difficult to understand them. Yeah.
No, I just went one day to the islands and another day to the coast, but always by bus.
Along the coast.
Along the coast, yes. It was always by bus, not alone.
Along the coast, yes. Right. So.
But next trip I'd like to do is to Iceland. Iceland.
Island.
Island.
Why Iceland? When do you want to go there? In winter time or in summertime?
No, in summertime, in July.
In July.
Yes.
With the very long days and almost no nights.
Immediately after the school. When the school finishes, yes. I ask my mother when she has her summer holidays, so she can stays with my children, and I can go for 5-6 days all alone. Because my husband doesn't want to.
What about your husband?
Sorry?
What about your husband?
My husband, then in August, I go with my family, all the family, but we normally go to the sea.
To the seaside.
To the beach.
Yes, to the seaside.
Okay, to the seaside.
So as soon as the school finishes.
Yes, as soon as the school finishes, I'd like to go to Iceland. But I know in advance these are trips that I must do all alone, without the family. Because
you need some, a relaxing time.
My husband,
all by yourself.
For my husband, holiday is good food. First of all, good food. Iceland is not the place for him. It's not the right place for him. He wouldn't appreciate. So I go alone.
Yes, all by yourself.
By myself, 5-6 days, because well, in Iceland,
yes.
The come si dice? the landscape is beautiful to visit. There are many natural parks with waterfalls. Yes. There are also therms.
More than waterfalls, springs, hot water springs.
Also waterfalls. Yes. There are many rivers with waterfalls. Yes.
Really?
Yes.
I don't think. I mean, is it?
There are many rivers, and there are also natural parks with waterfalls, and then there are also geysers.
Yes, geysers, hot springs,
and therms, also, cioè terme. Yes, thermal places, thermal baths, centers, thermal baths.
Fantastic.
Now there is a new thermal bath. I don't know exactly where, but I think near the capital in the south, which is just in front of the ocean.
Is Rijeka the capital?
Reykjavik.
Reykjavik.
Or Reykjavik, I don't know. Reykjavik or Reykjavik.
Sì, I don't know. Perché ho pensato, sì, Rijeka non c'entra niente, aiuto.
Well, no, there is...
Reykjavik.
There is not much to see, but I like the northern landscapes.
Yes.
And there are therms, there are the geysers, also the glaciers, non so, ghiacciai.
Glaciers.
But the food is horrible. I mean, the main course, cioè il piatto, the national course is
fish, herrings.
Yes, but is come si dice squalo? Lo squalo, è lo squalo andato a male, cioè lo squalo...
Ah sì, rotten fish, yes, rotten fish. When I was in Finland, they sold these tins of rotten fish, and I thought, rotten?
Rotten is squalo.
È andato a male, no.
Ecco, è andato a male. Sì, rotten fish, it means that they take a fish, they fish.
They leave it outside
They live in in botti sottoterra.
In barrels.
Barrels in the underground, in the.
Botti si dice barrel. Yes, underground.
In cantina, non so come si dica.
In the basement.
Ecco, in the basement. They put it in the basement for a lot of time, a long period of time, so that il veleno the poison goes away. Questa cosa toglie il veleno.
Is it poisonous?
Non so come si dice.
Is it poisonous?
Because you can't eat the squalo.
Come si dice squalo? Aspetta.
Squalo.
Shark, giusto, shark.
Yes, the shark. Otherwise you can't eat the shark. The poison goes away, si toglie tutto il veleno, and then you can eat it, and it's prepared in many ways. Boiled or roasted, or I don't know. But
would you say poisonous or venomous?
Poisonous because you bite it.
Venomous?
They bite you.
Like a snake is venomous.
You do.
Okay.
Mushroom poison.
Yeah. Anyway, yes, because there are two words for velenoso, poisonous and venomous. And
well, I think the shark is a poisoning fish.
Poisonous, yes.
Poisonous. Or baneful. No, ma qui forse è dannoso. Baneful.
No. Poisonous or venomous. Poisonous.
Then it's prepared in different ways, boiled or roasted, but
it must
smells
be disgusting.
It's disgusting, yes. The smell, si dice il...
It smells horrible. It smells very bad.
But this is the best way the best thing they can offer you. So I cannot bring I cannot take my husband with me.
No, definitely no. Definitely, absolutely. He wouldn't be very happy. But yeah.
So I'm this week I was trying to
organize the trip.
To take a reservation for
to book
to ASL in Verona against
for the vaccine.
For the vaccine, yes.
Yes,
but it's all
no
full.
dates available. I know it's all full. It's all sold out.
I'm trying every day, but it's always full.
Yes, no dates available. I tried too because I got the invitation. Go to this link and book your date, but there are no more dates available.
At the moment, there are the hospital personnel, non so, the staff of the hospital who has to book, has to finish to book.
I think they have already got.
C'è scritto che al momento le prenotazioni sono riservate al personale sanitario.
Ma io credo che abbiano già finito.
No, I saw just 2 hours ago. It was the same. This morning, 2 hours ago.
Maybe the second shot. Forse richiede.
Yeah, I think perhaps today is Wednesday. I don't know. I see just 3 times a day.
You try three times a day.
It's always full.
Sì, e tu ci provi 3 volte al giorno. To be honest, I'm not desperate. I cannot be vaccinated.
No, but I'd like to be vaccinated for July.
That's difficult because with AstraZeneca, we teachers are to be vaccinated with AstraZeneca. We cannot choose. And AstraZeneca is based on 2 shots with 120 days from the first to the second.
Yes.
So that means 120 days is 4 months. So if you get your vaccination now, which is March, April, May, June, July, you get the second shot in July, if everything is okay, because if there is a shortage of vaccines, they might decide to vaccinate everyone only with the first shot and not to do the second one. Like they are doing in Britain, for example. In Britain, they didn't have enough vaccines for everyone, and so they decided to give the first shot to as many people as possible and postpone the second shot.
So can you postpone the second one when you want, as long as you want?
It's not really, how can I say, how it should work, but with the first shot, you get something from 70 to 80%, how can I say, immunity. With the second shot, you get to 94, 95%. And since the situation was so bad in the UK, they decided it was better to vaccinate more people with with a lower immunity grade than half of the people with a higher immunity grade. They thought it was better like this. And in Italy, they are considering to do the same. So if they do that, you won't get the passport to go. The pass.
I think they'll give you, when you are vaccinated, they give you
kind of pass, but it
document a pass, just that you can show when you go to the airport.
Yeah, Probably yes, but that will be
because I read that if you go to Iceland,
yes, island.
If you show you a document, you can pass without problems. Otherwise, you have to have a tampone at the beginning when you arrive, and another one when you go away.
And maybe you also have to stay in quarantine, maybe. I don't know.
No, if you have the virus, just if you have the virus.
I don't know, because for example, in places like Australia, New Zealand, not only you are tested when you get there, but even if you're negative, you have to spend a week or something in quarantine.
No, not here in Ireland.
Not in Ireland.
No, not in Ireland, but you have to download the application, the app Reckoning COVID.
Ah, okay.
You have to take with you, to have in your phone the application.
So that they can
That's all, but the problem is not when you arrive. The problem is when you go away, you have to apply for a second tampone before leaving.
Yes, a second test, yes.
Second test before leaving, so
tampone. Proviamo a vedere se c'è.
It's uncomfortable.
Tampone in inglese.
Cioè non è è una scocciatura, ecco, non tanto all'inizio, not when you arrive, but when you go away, for me.
Yeah.
Because you have
non lo
to...
so, tampone è tradotto con buffer, però...
Boh.
Come dire? Ah no, pensavo fosse chiaro. Non so.
No,
anyway,
but...
you're tested when you're tested, yeah.
But my colleagues, many of my colleagues have already done the first...
The vaccination, the first shot.
Ecco, in questo caso come si dice hanno fatto la prima dose?
Yes, they have already done.
Ah, done, si usa il verbo do. They've already done the first shot.
They have already got. They already got.
Ah, ecco, or they have already got, yes. They got.
Their first shot. They got.
Get, cioè ottenere, nel senso che hanno ottenuto.
Esatto. They got their first
They got the first one shot, so.
I know. It's a matter of booking in time.
This week was all full. There are 3 places, which is
I know. I tried as well.
The Fair,
I tried as well.
Bussolengo and Negrar.
Yes, but no dates available. No dates available.
I want to go to Ireland.
No, personally, I don't really mind because I don't like the idea of being vaccinated with AstraZeneca because all the people I talked to, they reported having felt very bad after the vaccination with a high temperature, 39 degrees.
Yes, so did I.
Headache, and so
headache.
On. So
also, my colleagues told me that they had headache and fever, and well, because it's supposed, perhaps it's supposed that you take an aspirin the night before going to bed. Just as, come si dice, una
precaution.
Preventivo.
Precaution, yes.
As precaution. Even though you are well, you are feeling well, it's better if you take an aspirin. But I don't want. I also don't want.
I don't want to.
I do not want.
It's a small coronavirus. You know, Pfizer, BioNTech, and Moderna work in a different way. They work with RNA. So they do not inject the virus into your body. On the contrary, AstraZeneca really injects how can I say, a light virus, and you do, I mean, you
do feel,
how can I say?
You do feel
yes,
the virus in yourself.
Yes, you pass.
But what do they do, the other two?
I don't know exactly, because I don't know anything about science and these kind of things, but I think they inject some element like a protein spike protein, a spike protein,
which prevent you the same.
Okay. Which grasps to the cells as coronavirus would do. I don't know exactly, to be honest.
Yes, no, but I understand what you mean. I understand perfectly what you mean. Or I perfectly understand what you mean.
Yes, you perfectly understand. Good you do, because I don't myself. Bene, perché io stessa non capisco cosa sto dicendo. But anyway, on the contrary, AstraZeneca injects you the virus. Made weaker, indebolito, but the real virus, and your body reacts, producing, whatever it is, antiviruses.
It's a pity. It's a pity, because I'd like really to visit Ireland, and it's a small country, and people are so. There is a small amount of people.
Very friendly.
I think they should be all vaccinated. They are all vaccinated, all people. Yes, because it's a small country. And many people live in the south, along the south coast, not in the north. So it's not it's not dangerous to go there. It's not dangerous.
It's a very safe country.
Unless people, tourists, a meno che, come si dice, a meno che i turisti non portino, unless people do not bring the virus.
Bring
unless
the virus. Unless someone brings the virus.
Quindi it's not like Italian, a meno che qualcuno non porti, diciamo noi, invece a meno che qualcuno porti. Vabbè, no, si può dire anche a meno che qualcuno
sì, they don't have the double negative. In Italian we often have a double negative. For example, non ho visto nessuno. Non ho visto nessuno, a doppia negativa in English.
Sì, sarebbe un errore.
I didn't see anyone.
It's a mistake. It's really a mistake in Italian, but well, we use.
Yes, but everybody says non ho visto nessuno.
No, it's also.
You would never say non ho visto alcuno.
No. Però è anche qui, a meno che qualcuno non porti sarebbe sbagliato in italiano, a meno che qualcuno porti. Cioè, non lo so sinceramente. No, non lo so, perché io dico a meno che qualcuno non porti.
È vero, l'italiano spesso usa la doppia negazione, ma in inglese no. Quindi, I didn't see anyone unless someone brings, unless you do something.
Okay. And it's better in English because you have no doubts. Non hai dubbi.
Yes, exactly. It's easier, yes.
It's so simple and
straightforward. Straightforward, lineare.
Lineare.
Cioè è chiaro, è lineare, straightforward. Yeah.
And what about you?
It's a very logical language. I love northern countries But the next time I'll go there, I wanted it to be in winter time because I want to see the northern lights, the aurora borealis.
Northern lights.
The aurora.
But where? In Finland or in Sweden?
In all northern countries, in Ireland, in northern Sweden, Finland.
Where would you like to go?
Northern Canada. Where would I like to go? I like Norway very much and Finland very much. Finland and Norway are my favorite.
So do I, but
yes. I've never been to Canada though. Maybe also Canada.
I'd like also to go to visit Canada, but on an organized trip because if I go alone. So but Canada is very big. It's a big country. I can't go alone.
Huge country. I think it's maybe one of the biggest in the world. But
it's the second biggest country.
Which is the biggest one?
The biggest one is Russia.
It used to be the RRA, but not anymore.
Che cos'è?
Quando era la URSS era Soviet Union.
No, it is Russia. Is the biggest country in the world. The second is
Canada.
And the third, I think, is China. The third one. But Canada is very big. And
what about Australia?
No, not Australia. It's not Australia. But Canada is better to go on an organized trip. If you are alone, if you are just alone.
Russia, poi vabbè, Antartide, è vero, però Antartide non lo considero, non conta.
Però l'Antartide è un continente. Vabbè,
sì.
No.
Poi volendo è una nazione, però vabbè. Sì. Russia, Antartide, ok, Canada, and then
China, the third one.
Let's see. Where's the list? Russia, Antarctica, vabbè, Canada, the United States, US.
No, the third place I read it was China. So they changed because from a year to another they change. Sometimes it depends on the year.
Yes, I don't know. United States. China is a fourth, immediately after the United States.
But it was before. I'm sure it was before United States, just 2 years ago.
Nothing changed in the last 2 years.
I don't know. Because
if the United States bought some area, but New Mexico, Alaska, they were all bought much before. So I don't know. Anyway, here it says Russia, Canada, United States, China, Brazil, Australia. Brazil is bigger than Australia. Wow. Wow.
No, Australia is not too much big.
Too big.
Sorry, too big.
Too big.
Too big.
But Australia also includes Tasmania. It's a huge country.
Yes. No.
Sì, Australia comprende anche la Tasmania.
Sì, ma perché Australia is a country and New Zealand is another country.
No, New Zealand is a different country. New Zealand.
But you mean Tasmania?
Tasmania.
Non so, è uno stato la Tasmania, no? Fa parte della. It
Fa parte
belongs to Australia.
Yes.
It belongs to Australia.
Yes, it belongs to Australia. Yes.
Okay.
It belongs to Australia. Like, for example, Greenland belongs to Denmark.
Denmark. Yes, to Denmark. So you are waiting for next
winter maybe.
Next
winter maybe.
But we in an organized trip or
no. I don't like organized trips.
I also don't like, but if I'm alone, I have no choice.
But they are very safe countries. Sono posti molto sicuri, tranquilli. They're not dangerous at all.
That's right, but it's a so big country. I couldn't drive alone.
Why not? You can fly.
No.
You can fly from
driving. I prefer to have someone else, to be with someone else if I drive in a unknown country, foreign country, and so big because
yes, the distances
and also le strade, ma quelle larghe.
And the roads sometimes are narrow. In Norway, the roads are very narrow, strette.
No, ma invece larghe, quelle strade grandi che non si chiamano strade.
Highways sono tipo autostrade, non sono autostrade, però sono quelle americane.
O i boulevard, ecco, boulevard forse.
Ah no, boulevard è più viale, Boulevard vuol dire viale.
Boulevard, ma viale nel senso di viali grandi, ha tante corsie.
Sì, allora boulevard.
Los Angeles, for instance, should have boulevard.
Okay, it's a large road, but it's also
ecco, road, no, ecco, road volevo dire, road rispetto a, come si dice?
In comparison with.
Ecco, in comparison with street is bigger.
Oh yes, yes. A boulevard is definitely, or a road is definitely bigger than a street.
I meant that a road is bigger than a street, so I prefer to go. Yes. I really don't like an organized trip because they pretend you to see what is in the program.
They expect you.
They expect. Cosa vuol dire pretend?
Pretend vuol dire fingere.
Fingere.
Per esempio,
fingere. Pensavo obbligare.
I'm pretending to be a small child. I'm pretending to be a baby, a small child.
Ecco.
To pretend vuol dire fingere.
No, volevo dire che non è quasi un obbligo. Obbligano a fare quello che è nel e obbligano they
oblige you to do.
Oppure ti spingono
what they want.
Che oblige.
Però sì, loro direbbero you are expected to do this and that.
You are expected
to do. You are expected to follow the program. Yes, you are expected to follow the program.
Yes, my husband is not a traveler. He's rather I read, it's possible to say, a couch potato.
Oh, yes.
A couch potato. He's a couch potato.
Un pantofolaio.
Ecco, sì. It's not... It's not like me, so I can just go to the seaside but just a real trip I must do alone. I must go alone.
You must go alone by yourself.
I mean a trip where you visit, you walk and you walk every
yes, a sightseeing trip. Site sono i posti, come dire, i posti di interesse. Sia guardare, quindi sightseeing, to go sightseeing vuol dire andare a visitare le cose principali di un luogo. So to go sightseeing. Yeah. Right. I love traveling.
So do I. Me too, but better is perhaps so do I.
So do I. Fantastic. Perfect. Yes. Yes. I'm a gypsy at heart. Sono una zingara in fondo al cuore. I love traveling. because you learn so much, you discover so many things.
Yes, indeed.
And you learn so much. And you really, you know, how can I say, understand better your place.
But many people fear to go alone.
They are scared. They are
scared. They are scared to go
alone.
to a foreign country because they cannot speak
English or the local language.
English, well, local, but I would say English because
but you know
whenever
what?
you go, they speak English.
But you know what? Italian people have such a way to gesticulate and behave and smile and dramatize things that they can make themselves being understood by everyone.
But well, I don't know. In England, are not so, perhaps not so open. If you don't understand, are not so.
Yes.
Come si può dire?
Open-minded.
Open-minded. If you don't understand them, they do not repeat.
They're funny. Yes, if you don't understand them, they're kind, but you know what they do? They repeat exactly the same sentence at a lower voice, you know. What did you say?
Yes.
They don't understand that they might change some words or maybe gesticulate to show you something.
No, they do not.
Repeat.
So I remember.
I'm not deaf. I only don't know the word, you know. Sì, ti viene da dire, ma guarda che non sono sorda, è solo che non capisco questa parola.
So that perhaps Italian people have a difficulty in
understanding, yes.
In understanding.
But not in making them being understood, ma non nel farsi capire, because somehow you can explain even, you know, gesticulating.
Yes, but I think it's also depend on what.
Yes, on the single person probably, but yeah.
But if you are a tourist, well, there are no problems in communication.
No. And anyway, you know what? This is very useful.
Yes.
You say a word in English and they tell you. It tells you the word. Maybe it's not 100% correct, but it's something they can understand. So, yeah. So why are you going back to Venice?
Going back to Venice? Why?
Yes. Why are you going back to Venice? What do you want to see next
Because
time?
I'd like to see some islands I've never seen. For instance, Giudecca, for instance.
Giudecca.
And I'd like to see Biennale Gardens again.
Yeah. Did you go? Have you ever been to Torcello?
Yes, but many years ago. Murano, Torcello.
San Michele is a cemetery, but
not yet.
But there are some nice tombs there, some nice graves. There's upon the famous people. So even San Michele Island, the cemetery, is nice to see. If it's open. I don't know if it's open in this period, but yeah. Torcello is fascinating.
I don't remember Torcello anymore. At the moment, there are boats leaving from an island to another one, but less than the past.
Fewer, yes.
There are fewer. There are fewer, but there are.
Yeah, Vaporetti, yes, they have to. There are people living there. They need to move.
Yeah.
Sì, certo, devono esserci, ci sono delle persone che ci abitano, non possono, è un servizio pubblico. But yes, maybe fewer than usual, yeah.
At the moment, I'd like to see the sea. Yes. Every kind of sea.
Any kind.
Any kind.
To the seaside.
Any kind of sea.
Yes, I miss the sea myself. Because I didn't go to the seaside last summer, just few days in Grado, but and I'm used to spend a month at the seaside in summer, and I didn't go last summer, so I really miss the seaside. Sardinia seems to be COVID-free, and some islands in Greece as well. Some islands in Greece as well. I don't know whether.
But it depends because if tourists bring the virus.
As a matter of fact, when you go there, you have to prove you have been tested or something. Yeah, yes.
My husband doesn't want to do all these complicated things. He prefers to stay home. He says if I have to do all these things, I stay home. Well, I hope that we can go in Italy, some places in Italy for a week, well, on the seaside.
Yeah. Oh, here she is.
Oh,
hi,
Annalisa.
We missed you. To go through the procedure, to go all through the procedure, far tutta questa trafila. Hi, Annalisa, welcome. I'm very happy to see you.
Oh, I'm in late. How are you, teacher?
Fine, thanks. What about you?
50-50.
Still sad for your mother.
I am.
Come on, don't think about it now. Have you been vaccinated already?
No, and you? What about you?
No. Have you been vaccinated? No, not yet. I couldn't find any available date. I couldn't find any available date. Non ho trovato delle date a disposizione. They were all full. And that's
in
what
all the point, and in all the point.
Yes, everywhere. Everywhere. Have you got a date already? Did you book your vaccination?
No, I don't.
You didn't. Don't you want to be vaccinated? Don't you want to be vaccinated? Don't you want to be vaccinated? Non vuoi essere vaccinata?
I have dei dubbi.
Some doubts. Sì, la B non si sente, come se non ci fosse. I have some doubts. Me too. I don't want to be vaccinated with AstraZeneca. So I'm going to wait for maybe a couple of months.
If it were another vaccine.
Yes.
Better.
Yes, one never knows. Things keep changing. So maybe in a month they will give us the possibility to be vaccinated with something else. Because
in Naples, there was our colleague, a teacher. She's dead after vaccination.
She died?
Yeah.
She died?
Some day after.
Because of the vaccine. A causa del vaccino?
Sì, she died.
È morta per quello?
Ma
sì. Ha fatto il vaccino, vediamo se trovo la notizia. L'ho letta proprio oggi a Napoli.
But did she had collateral? No, did she had other pathologies? Did she had other?
Anyway, everybody feels bad after the vaccination with AstraZeneca. Whoever I talk to, con chiunque io parli, whoever I talk to, con chiunque io parli, they say if they have been vaccinated, I mean, I'm talking about my colleagues, so AstraZeneca, they all say I felt horrible for 2-3 days with high temperature, bone aches, headache, con febbre alta, male a tutte le ossa, male alla testa, for a couple of days at least.
Couple of days, yeah.
Per almeno un paio di giorni. They all say the same. Tutti mi dicono così.
So did my colleague, my colleagues stayed at home.
For example, Italy News, 24 News, for example.
Wait a second, I'm going to share, can you share your screen?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Naples.
In Germany, they have suspended the vaccination with AstraZeneca in an area. Wow.
Oh.
He was 62 years old. The family members have
filed a complaint with the
Carabinieri. It is necessary to ascertain whether there is a correlation between taking the drug and death.
Taking the drug and death. Wow.
Maria Pia, sorry, I have a question.
An English teacher. Sorry.
I have a question. What's the difference between whether or if? Whether and if.
There's no, the if is, if you want to say, se vuoi fare una frase, se fai una cosa, allora succede qualcos'altro, you must use if. If you want to say, non so se è questo o è quello, you can use both. You can use both,
okay.
but better whether. I don't know whether it's good or not. I don't know if it's good or not is as possible. Si può usare tutte e due, anche if è possibile, però whether è meglio in quel caso. Se invece devi fare una subordinata se bla bla bla, allora if.
Okay.
And to ascertain.
To ascertain, allora la SC non hanno suono, cioè hanno suono sh, però è scritto con la SH. SC si legge s, ascertain whether there is a correlation between taking the drug and death.
And she was an English teacher.
A teacher of English in a middle school in Naples. Not an English, I mean, an English teacher, but meaning a teacher of English. An Italian teacher of, like me, an Italian teacher of English. Okay. Yes, in a middle school. Oh my God.
Why do they write Carabinieri?
AstraZeneca. I don't want AstraZeneca.
No, but why do they write Carabinieri and not with the English word?
Oh, she's Italian. Anna Maria Mantile, she's Italian. She worked... A
specific word, a specific definition.
Yeah, carabinieri, yes, è una tipica parola italiana. No, veramente c'è carabinier, but yes, carabinier. But yes. Oh, that's on the link. Oh my God.
Last Saturday, Anna Maria Mantile, 62, an English teacher at the Pavese Middle School in Naples, is accompanied by her brother Sergio to hold one of the Mostre d'Oltremare to make the first dose of the AstraZeneca vaccine. On Tuesday morning, the woman, after 4 days, on Tuesday morning, the woman, After 4 days spent trying to contain the reaction of vomiting and exhaustion. Come si pronuncia esattamente questi due sintomi?
Exhaustion, vomiting and exhaustion.
Of vomiting and exhaustion, dies of cardiac arrest. There is currently no obvious correlation between vaccine and death, but the family, overwhelmed by grief,
Overwhelmed vuol dire, come si può dire in italiano, sopraffatta dal dolore, overwhelmed by grief. Grief, il dolore, grief.
Legitimately
wants
to see this clearly. Vogliono capire meglio, fare chiarezza.
Vogliono vederlo chiaramente, esatto.
And he asks to carry out investigations to understand the reasons for the death, for the death. Information from the Carabinieri arrived today at the prosecutor's
office.
But the magistrate on duty, Giuliana Giuliano, has already been informed. And also in the morning, the prosecutor ordered an autopsy. Autopsy. The denunciation of family members. Valentina, what about you? Puoi leggere?
Do you want to go on, Valentina?
Well, it's as you prefer, Annalisa. If you want, because you have just come in now. If you want, you can go on.
To the Carabinieri, the family members presented a detailed report of the post-vaccine course of the woman, who began to feel ill 2 hours after the administration of the AstraZeneca vaccine. The teacher had felt the first symptoms once she returned home in Via Bernardo Cavallino, an apartment she shared with her elderly mother. Her elderly?
Sì, con la sua anziana madre. Un appartamento che condivideva con la sua madre anziana.
Vomiting and a sense of strong exhaustion. A very widespread reaction.
Widespread è una E, non è una I, non è widespread, è widespread reaction.
A very widespread reaction, and therefore had not particularly alarmed her. In any case, contact your family doctor who prescribes a drip to hydrate
the body. Because she was vomiting, so she needed to be rehydrated.
Her condition improves, but the next day the feeling of nausea returns.
Nausea. La A è quasi sempre pronunciata O, a dire la verità. Nausea returns.
And the lady passes out. She recovers, is reassured by the doctor, but she contemplates being examined. The final ordeal until Tuesday morning, until Tuesday morning, when he continues to feel thirsty, he drinks but has no strength. She remains on the bed.
Ma scusa, di che stiamo parlando? Wait a second. He who?
He drinks.
She, maybe they wanted to say she. Forse volevano dire she. Sì, è tradotto un po' stranamente questo qui, comunque. She continues to feel thirsty. She drinks but has no strength.
She remains on the bed.
In bed, non è she remain in bed.
Sì, no, ci sono tanti errori in questo, l'ha tradotto qualche italiano questo articolo.
The final ordeal, what means the final ordeal?
Ordeal sarebbe la trama finale, però io non avrei tradotto così, non so cosa volevano dire.
La conclusione.
Sì, vediamo come traduce ordeal qui. Allora, ordeal. Traduzione.
Il Calvario.
Il Calvario, lo traduce anche come Calvario.
Sì, il Calvario.
Dura prova. Dura prova, Calvario.
No, noi diciamo, italiani, noi diciamo questo Calvario, deve essere...
Giusto, Calvario,
sì,
allora.
Calvario.
Il Calvario finale.
In questo senso voleva dire. Cioè
sì,
come serie di peripezie, cose così.
Sì, esatto. Dunque, she remains in bed in a semi-conscious situation. An electrocardiogram is taken. Is
not right.
Allora, non so cosa voleva dire.
Electrocardiogram is taken.
Sì, his slow heartbeat, non so. The heartbeat was very slow and the elderly mother calls the other children and together they decide to call the emergency number. The ambulance arrives in Via Bernardo Cavallino, but Anna Maria will never be able to get on it. She dies a few minutes later.
To get on it?
On the ambulance.
Riprendersi.
To get onto the ambulance. That's the idea. The ambulance arrives, but she will never be taken into the ambulance.
Okay.
She dies a few minutes later.
Yes. The teacher, go on, Annalisa.
The teacher had no previous pathologies. After all, before getting the vaccine, she had done all the necessary.
Done è più una come London, come
all the necessary
analysis.
The only medicine that
she took was
cholesterol
supplement.
Her death shocked her family, but also her students, who are very close and affectionate to her, for her cheerful and understanding way of doing things.
Sì, questo è chiaramente tradotto da un italiano.
Sì.
Vabbè, ci sono... Ma l'ho visto fin dall'inizio, ho detto, vabbè, io non direi così, però... Vabbè. Yes. Anyway, good. Oh my God.
Our colleague.
Yes, our colleague. Okay, sometimes it's destiny, but I keep hearing everybody complain about AstraZeneca. I don't want to be vaccinated.
That's true. That's true.
So I tried to book a date and I couldn't, but I'm not very desperate about it. It's okay. It's okay, I can wait, no problems.
Mine too.
But Valentina wants to fly to Ireland in July, and AstraZeneca has got 2 shots with a distance of 120 days from the first to the second. So if she is vaccinated with the first shot now, she will be just in time.
No, not I would say in April.
April won't be in time. April,
no.
May, June, July. Too late.
No, so it's impossible.
120 days is 4 months. 4 months.
No.
So
it's impossible. I think that
no, you'll have to go somewhere else. Somewhere else this year, unless you pay for a different vaccine. But how can you do that?
No, it's not possible. No.
You know what I heard? I heard that if you go to Cuba, they vaccine you for free.
Or if I go to Emirates, they also vaccine you for free. A big amount. No, not for free. In Emirates, I think for a big amount of money.
Oh, really? No,
I think so.
I heard, but of course I'm not sure about it, that if you get to Cuba, as soon as you get there, if you've not been vaccinated, they vaccinate
perhaps not tourists, perhaps local people, but not tourists. I don't think so.
I don't know.
I know that in the Saudi Arabia and Emirates, it's possible, but you have to pay. Because those are rich countries and they give you the opportunity, but paying.
Maybe Israel.
No chance.
Sorry for you. You have to wait
I'll
for
stay
next
in
year.
Italy.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. We'll see.
In September, you'll start school again. So.
No.
She really hoped to be able to go to Ireland. Veramente sperava di andare in Islanda, povera Valentina. She wanted to go last year and she couldn't because of the lockdown. So she thought, I will go this year, but she won't be able to this year as well. Vero, volevi già andarci l'anno scorso.
I also would like to visit St. Petersburg. In
Russia. Maybe Russia.
But that's
the Sputnik.
Yeah.
Sputnik seems to work very well. I don't know why we don't adopt it.
And in Cuba, the vaccine is a gift for tourists.
Sorry?
Avete sentito? A Cuba regalano il vaccino per i
turisti. Te l'ho detto. That's what I told you. If you go to Cuba, you get vaccinated for free. And straight away, like this. Go there and you get your vaccine. And then you can go to Ireland.
So it means that all the local population has already vaccines in Cuba.
Yes.
Because there are not many people.
They produced their own vaccine and they're giving it for free to many poor countries, African countries and Southern American countries in need. Non solo hanno fatto il loro vaccino che pare funzioni molto bene, ma lo stanno distribuendo gratuitamente a tutti i paesi africani, del Sud America, eccetera.
But it depends if you have to do two, come si dice, due dosi. Shots. Or one.
Credo che con loro basti uno.
Because if you go to Cuba,
yes, you have to wait you have to stay there, and you have to stay there for 4 months. No, I think their vaccine only needs 1 shot. I'm not sure though. I think
it would be a dream if
like Johnson & Johnson or other, vaccines.
If we also had another vaccine in just 1 shot, would be a dream. I mean, here in Italy,
fantastic.
in next month.
Johnson and Johnson is on the way, but still not, in production. I don't know why they don't buy Sputnik or the Cuban vaccine.
Perhaps the Sputnik is for countries all around Russia. Sputnik is perhaps for countries all around Soviet.
San Marino is using Sputnik. Both, vaccines from Russia. Yes. There are many Italian people going to San Marino to get vaccinated, but of course you have to live there or work there or have some, relation with the country. But there are many Italian people working in San Marino. If you're working in San Marino, and many Italian people are, you can get vaccinated there with the Sputnik.
And Sputnik,
they say it works all right.
It's just one shot.
Sputnik, I think it's only one shot. I'm not sure, but I think it's only one shot.
We'll see. I don't know.
And also the Cuban vaccine, I think is only one shot. I'm not sure because I read so many news. I don't remember well, but yeah. So let's go to Cuba. Cuban doctors are very good, very good.
Ah, ecco, si chiama Soberana.
Soberana, the Cuban vaccine, yes. And they're giving it for free to many African and South American countries.
It means leader, no, which means sovrano, soverana, cioè sovrano.
Yes, it means sovrano, re. Yeah.
Sorry, I have to go. I have to prepare the dinner.
No, okay.
Okay.
So if I enter in the next, on Monday, I'll write to you.
Monday. If you want to attend, send me a text message.
Okay.
And I will send you the link.
Thanks a lot. We'll
Thanks
see
to
you.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.
Bye-bye. Have a nice weekend.